Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel and never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon, find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. San Diego Padres vs Pittsburgh Pirates. The Padres have not listed a starter for the second game of this series, and haven't listed a starter for the entire series, but that hinges on Michael King. He played catch Friday and Saturday, and is expected to start at least one of the first two games of this series. King could not make his scheduled start Sunday against the Rockies due to soreness in his left calf. I expect him to start Tuesday. San Diego is 4.5 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers for first place in the National League West. They improved to an MLB Best 1-1-3 since the All-Star break after they smashed the Rockies 1-2 in the finale of a 3-game series. Take them to win big again by 2 or more. Bailey Falter spent the month of July on the shelf with tendinitis in his left triceps. He will take the mound in the first game of this series in his second start since returning from the injured list. Last week, he allowed 2 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits and struck out 3 without walking a batter over 5.1 innings to earn the win over the Astros. This is a difficult matchup against one of the hottest teams in baseball, and I expect San Diego to deliver a big blow early in this game. Pittsburgh is 28th in OPS, so expect most of the damage to come from the Padres side. Take the over here. Cincinnati Reds vs Miami Marlins. Looking at this game, with both teams struggling at the plate of late, it is most beneficial to look at the offense that has more explosive tendencies. The Reds have shown they can get hot and stay hot, and in those times they have the propensity to send balls out of the park. The Marlins pitching staff hasn't instilled much confidence, and with Miami's offense hitting less than .120 at the plate this month, it is hard to know when they will right the ship. Take Cincinnati moneyline. As mentioned, neither of these offenses have hit the ball well of late, and they also both sit in the bottom 10 in terms of strikeout rate and runs per game. While the Marlins pitching staff has struggled in terms of allowing hits, the Reds have shown they can't get out of their own way at the plate at times this season. Meanwhile, the Marlins' inability to hit for extra bases has often left runners stranded on a frequent basis. Take under 8 runs. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Cleveland Guardians. While Eduardo Rodriguez is a veteran pitcher and should be able to begin his season on the right foot, there is always a question mark when someone begins their season at the beginning of August. Ben Lively has been pitching very well at Progressive Field this season, as he is 6-1 with a 2.70 ERA and a .228 batting average against in 46.2 innings, 8 starts thus far. August is less than a week long right now, but the ability to get hits shows a difference as Arizona is 11th with a .254 team batting average in the month, while Cleveland is 6th in the sport with a .275 team batting average right now. Go with the Cleveland Guardians to win this game and even up the series. These teams have been hitting well throughout the course of the regular season, as the D-backs are 6th in Major League Baseball with a .755 team ops, while the Guardians are 13th with a .714 team ops thus far. In their previous 6 games heading into Tuesday's matchup, these offenses have both been on fire. Arizona is averaging an astonishing 7.67 runs per game, while Cleveland is not too far behind as they are scoring 6.33 runs per game during that stretch. Since the All-Star break, these teams have been struggling a tiny bit on the bump, as the Diamondbacks are 18th in baseball with a 4.30 team ERA in 16 games, while the Guardians are 12th with a 3.82 team ERA in their 17 games since the break. Go with over 7.5 runs to score here. San Francisco Giants vs Washington Nationals. The Nationals and the Giants meet in Game 2 of their series on Tuesday night. San Francisco has been on fire over the past few weeks as they have won 9 of their last 12 games. But I do think this is a good chance for the Nationals to steal a win. Washington is facing Hayden Birdsong, who is making his 7th start of the season. He has been consistent so far, and I think this could be a letdown of sorts. The Nationals are hitting .243 at home this season, and Mackenzie Gore is earning the start. Gore and the Nationals are 7-6 when he has pitched at home. He holds an ERA of 4.41 at home. This should be a close game, but I think the Nationals could take it. Take the Nationals minus 1.5 runs. The Nationals' offense has been really poor this year with their batting average rank of 15th. They also rank 17th in runs scored. Washington will struggle to put runs on the board against a fresh Hayden Birdsong, who has only made 6 starts this season. Birdsong has pitched well this year, and he will be facing Mackenzie Gore and his ERA of 4.41. This should make for a low-scoring game. Take under 8.5 runs. Los Angeles Angels vs New York Yankees. Although the Yankees lineup hasn't faced Daniel before, New York's lineup should be able to have a ton of success against the right-hander. Gill, meanwhile, has been solid this season and has dominated the Angels lineup as only one batter has one hit off of him. The Yankees' offense should be able to hit Daniel and the bullpen hard, which is why this is a good spot to take New York on the run line. Take the Yankees on the minus 1.5 runs. This is a good spot to take the over as the Yankees' offense should be able to score plenty of runs, while New York does give up hard contact which should lead to some runs from LA. This season, the Yankees are 6.3464 in hitting the over, which is second best in the MLB, while the Angels are 2.5251 in hitting the over on the road this season. New York's offense is hot, and that should continue against the right-hander. Take the over. Baltimore Orioles vs Toronto Blue Jays. Grayson Rodriguez is expected to start for Baltimore, and he has been good in 2 starts against the Blue Jays this season. Rodriguez went 6.2 innings and allowed 1 earned run in his first start against Toronto and 3 earned runs in 6 innings in the second start. On the season, he has a record of 1.34 with a 3.86 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, and a 130/36 KB ratio in 20 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .243 against Rodriguez. The Blue Jays have been poor on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBI, batting average, SLG, and OPS. Baltimore has been excellent on offense this season. They are in the top 5 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBI, SLG, and OPS. Chris Bassett faced the Orioles in his previous start, and he struggled. He went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 earned runs, and struck out 3 in a loss against the Orioles. Baltimore will once again hit Bassett well and win this contest by 2 or more runs. Take the Orioles minus 1.5 runs. Baltimore has been excellent on offense this season. They are in the top 5 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, SLG, and OPS. Chris Bassett faced the Orioles in his previous start, and he struggled. He went 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 earned runs, and struck out 3 in a loss. On the season, Bassett has a 4.02 ERA, 1.45 WHIP, and a 115/48 KBB ratio in 22 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .271 against Bassett this season. The Orioles will once again score runs against Bassett, and the over will hit in this contest. Take the over, 8.5 runs. Milwaukee Brewers vs Atlanta Braves. Neither of these playoff hopefuls has been lighting it up recently, but we should be in for a solid series opener on Tuesday night. Atlanta is a decently sized favorite at minus 134, but I'm just not sure I feel comfortable laying that type of price. I think there's a case to be made for the Brewers as underdogs in this game, so I'll play them on the money line. There are 2 main reasons that I think the Brewers can win this game, and they're both anti-Braves stats. First, it's the fact that Bryce Elder brings in a 5.67 ERA and 1.54 WHIP this year. Sure, he just turned in a solid start against the Brewers last week, 6.1 IP, 1 ER, but that's not telling of how his season has gone so far. I think Colin Ray 3.59 ERA, 1.20 WHIP has been the much more consistent starter this season. Second, I'm not high on Atlanta's offense right now. They have a ton of injuries, which has led to them ranking 29th in team batting average .226 and 22nd in OPS .709 over the last 30 days. Let's take a stab with the crew as dogs. Take Milwaukee Brewers money line. We're also getting a matchup with 2 of the top bullpens in the MLB. Atlanta is ranked 2nd in both relief ERA 2.95 and WHIP 1.16, while Milwaukee is 3rd 3.29 and 6th 1.20 respectively. Both managers should be able to lean on their well-rested relievers since Monday was an off day, ultimately helping to keep this game under.